All right, what's up? We need to have a conversation about Wemby. That quadruple double might be happening.
I've watched a lot of basketball. Seen a lot of players come and go. I've seen players take over the game, change the game, climb the mountain of NBA greats. I've seen a lot, but I have never in my life seen anything like Victor Wembanyama. And after what we've witnessed over the past week, many NBA fans, including myself, are left with a question that we didn't think we'd be asking, and certainly not this early.
Is he the GOAT?
Is Victor Wembanyama the best basketball talent we have ever seen?
Yes, that's not a lie. Will he stay healthy enough to do it is the theory that we have to wait and let Tom answer. But no, he's probably the best prospect since
Today's
actually
video is sponsored by
Jeez Louise. Hey guys, Gambling Scamble here promotes gambling. Like, what are we doing?
To see is a play that only one person
is this
on
the reverse lay
can make.
A 360 lay. One block. Two block. I think he get a rebound and he late. He get an alley-oop dunk, I think. I'm not sure. Oh no, it's a pull-up logo there. Yeah, man, Victor's like
Wemby
that.
gets back-to-back blocks at the rim, then takes the ball coast to coast and puts in a 30-footer. If you didn't see this with your own eyes, you'd think it was a work of fiction. It isn't fair, really, for a player of Wemby's size to be able to do this. But these are not highlights. This is just what his game looks like. Like this play here, where Wemby puts on a spin move from outside the elbow and not only dunks it, he almost spun his way past the rim. Or this play here, where he has 1 foot outside of the paint on this drive. The ball already passed him at this point, and yet he somehow pins it against the glass on the opposite side. Wemby went from here to here in less than a second. Or how about this play here, where Herb Jones draws Wemby away from the rim and gets him to bite on the fake. Victor is out of position. His back is to the ball. He's trying to guard 2 guys at the same time. Take a wild guess.
The only thing he could do is pass out. He's about to block it. Crazy.
Yeah, he blocked it. But of all the reality-altering plays Wemby has made in just his first week of this NBA season, there was one play in particular that had fans around the world questioning everything they knew about basketball.
Was it the 360 lay?
Lively denied emphatically by Wembanyama. It's like playing against your dad in the driveway when you're 8 years old. What do you do?
Ooh, wait, hold up.
Wemby 3.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to move like that at 7-7. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to move at that like at 7-7.
To answer the commentator's question, there is nothing you can do. I just watched a 7'6" demigod make a 7-footer look like a child, then take him down the court to hit him with a tween crossover behind the back step back 3 for an and one. And in an instant, it felt like everything I knew about the game of basketball
was
wrong. We knew the concept of Victor Wembanyama. We saw the frame and the competitiveness, and we saw flashes of what he was capable of. And through his first 2 seasons, it felt like we saw where his game was headed. But what we witnessed in just his first 4 games of this season has blown the top off of all of that. Coming into the season, Victor was ranked as the 5th best player in the league, according to most sources. And this, to many fans, felt like a gross overestimation, especially since he was sidelined for the second half of last season. Sure, we knew he was probably going to take a leap this season, but nobody was expecting this. Through 4 games, Victor is averaging 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks a game on nearly 60-40-80 splits. 31,
but that's GOAT
14,
and
that's 5 while playing only 32 minutes a night. Stats that jump off the box score as an early MVP favorite. But what has really warped my brain over the last week is just how much his stats, as incredible as they are underselling just how monumental Wemby has been. On defense, he is a black hole. Anything that comes near him is either sent away or redirected. His 5 blocks a night aren't even capturing how offenses are legitimately avoiding him and anything around the rim when he's down there. In their game against the Raptors, I counted 10 different instances where a player passed up on their drive, picked up their dribble, or just avoided what should have been an easy look just because of Wemby's presence alone. 10 times.
That's literally
Look at
aura.
this last one here. RJ Barrett blows past Devin Vassell, sees Wemby and just, here, you take it. I promise you, RJ was not planning on rifling a chest pass to his teammate standing 3 feet away from him after beating his man off the dribble. He just saw Wemby and panicked. How exactly do you measure this panic factor? Because this doesn't really show up in the box score. But you know what does? According to the NBA's head-to-head matchup tool, so far this season, Wemby has guarded 40 different players. That's about 10 different players each game. He's seen every look you can get. And in total, these 40 players shot 64 times throughout 4 games. Out of these 64 shots, they made 19 of them.
Am I stopping anything? Okay, so wait, we don't got
Wemby's matchups this season have a field goal percentage of 29.7%, nearly 21% worse.
Oh my God! So he has a 20. I mean that's a W plus or minus, or like what is it? Points allowed when he's on the field. 64 attempts to only 20. Bro, like, or no, makes. You know, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Look, bro, just look at the inner. Like, niggas is not.
Then when he's not guarding them,
literally,
the kid is single-handedly breaking offenses.
Like
and speaking of offense, whatever he worked on with Hakeem in the offseason,
it's
that
working.
Worked. The league should have terminated those workouts the moment those photos surfaced, because now it's too late and we're all in trouble. Abandoning his three-point heavy shot selection from last season, Wemby is now working from virtually every spot on the court. He's facing up from the elbow, he's getting his back to the basket and just going over whoever's attempting to guard him. He's added this footwork to his game that is almost startling to watch, not just because of how rare this skill is in today's league, but also because no human being of his size should be able to move
better
like
than KD?
that. And he's got this mid-range bag now that has really opened up his game.
I don't think
how exactly do you stop a player who's a good enough shooter that you have to respect his jumper and crowd him, but can also get to the rim in about one step from anywhere on the court? How do you stop this? How do you stop this?
You can't stop that,
I know. You can't. Wemby is one hezzy pull-up away from being a KD Hakeem hybrid. And as twisted as it sounds, that's still
not even crazy
feels
to
like
say.
I'm selling his game short. He
Yeah,
has been
does.
playing so out of his mind this past week. It
Might have thrown
genuinely
Shaq somewhere
felt
in there,
like
too.
there was a mass awakening among NBA fans around the world.
Like just
a
the fusion of all three
fracture
of them.
in basketball's timeline. Am I watching
Look at
the
that.
most talented player to
Bobo
ever
can
touch
do
a
that. I just
basketball?
don't know
Not
why
in terms
Bobo
of greatness or accomplishments or any of
is-
that, but just
Did you say
sheer
that's
ability and
Bobo can
potential.
do that?
For a brief moment, the thought did cross my mind.
I promise
but
you, Bobo
I knew
can.
that
I
was a
just
terrible
think he'd rather
overreaction to a
get drippy
great opening
instead.
game and opening week.
He
But
just
then I
care
saw
about
the
his
reactions
his
from
girl
other
list.
fans, and the more I saw, the more I realized I wasn't alone. This reaction was almost universal.
He looked at Anthony Davis and treated him like an 8th grader.
He abused them. With all due respect to AD, he abused
AD
them.
is
I never
top
thought
5 big,
this
top
way
3
about,
big.
like Jokic and SGA, even LeBron, who I think is the greatest of all time. This kid is different. I hope to
That's
God
not crazy
he
thing to
stays
say.
healthy because
Look, they
he's
say all that, and then look, you see fat ass FanDuel logo
chance to
there.
be the
Where
greatest player of all time.
I agree, and truly a talent.
Oh, yeah, he
we've
definitely
probably
better than
never
Marcus
seen before.
Cousins.
We never will again.
But what he did in that game,
that's a real unicorn.
My eyes are seeing something that I don't think I've seen before. That 100%.
You want to know what's crazy about this one? I think literally they just start talking about gambling.
I can't compare him to anybody.
Or no, he
For
might have a
all
different
of the
fit on.
years we've been watching basketball, I can't compare him to
Not to one
anybody.
player, no.
They should call him CGI because it just doesn't seem real
CGI?
sometimes when you're watching.
We've never seen Wemby.
Bro, does FanDuel
Never
sponsor
seen
like
no
every
shit like Wemby.
Like, I'm
every
watching him and I'm
sports?
like, I'm not really sure how you defend
Over or
it. You
under
don't
4.5?
really
I
defend
put over.
this.
It broke my basketball
I
brain.
mean, he averages 5, you put
It's
over,
hard to
but he has a
imagine that
couple
a
under.
21-year-old
so.
in a league stacked
I'd
with the
vote the
most
over,
talent
and
it's
then he
ever
would
had
sell me, and I'd be
might
angry.
be the best player in the world. But then you watch him play, and the idea of him being the best is easier to imagine than his actual game itself. The
Like,
best
look
way
at
I
that.
can describe
Ooh.
Victor Wembanyama's game is that
Like,
it
look-
feels like he's a
Crazy
cheat code.
work.
Like he's got real life hacks, and he's just shamelessly spamming them at his convenience. I know he's not cheating, but he's so unfair
It
that
feels
it
like
feels
cheating.
like he is. And personally, in all my years of
That's a
watching
block,
the
that's clean.
NBA, there's only been one other player that genuinely felt like he was hacking the game. As great as he was, LeBron, even at his peak, felt like he was still human. There were moments in the late 2000s where his size and speed were almost cheat code territory, but it never felt unfair. Some consider prime Kevin Durant a cheat code. 7-footer with a tight handle shooting 50, 40, 90. Absurd.
That's not
Unicorn.
crazy to say.
But for me, not quite cheat code territory. Same goes for Jokic.
Yeah,
A
Jokic
combination
not
of
cheat
brute
code
strength,
territory.
skill, and omnipresence that approaches the threshold but doesn't quite cross it. The only player that I've seen with my own two
Steph
eyes
Curry
that actually
shooting
felt like he was
ability
bending and
is
breaking the game I
cheat
love
code territory
was
for sure.
2016 Steph Curry. I remember what
I'd
it
say
felt
right
like.
now he
I
still
remember
has
thinking he
glimpses of
couldn't
it.
keep it up, that he would regress back to the mean. I vividly recall watching him and thinking there is no way someone is actually this good at shooting the ball. I remember thinking to myself, I have never seen another player like this. A human cheat code. Although I didn't watch it while it was happening, Prime Shaquille...
Now you see how he's explaining all these aliens, unicorn, cheat code players, and somehow there's only one team that had both of them whose dynasty is on fraud watch. It's the Golden State Warriors. But they didn't draft him, which is why I say those KD rings, they don't have any difficulty to him.
O'Neal is the other 21st century cheat code.
Shaq
a player
was crazy.
So big and strong
I didn't
and
know
athletic
Shaq was
that
really
it didn't matter how
7'2".
simple and redundant his
he
game
was.
What exactly are you going to do about it?
No,
Victor
really
Wembanyama has
like
now
that.
entered cheat code territory. It is simply unfair for a player to be this smooth, agile, huge, skilled, instinctive, and competitive. Where's the drawbacks? The weaknesses? I recently did a video about the advantage of size in basketball and how if a player was big enough, their size would grant them the ultimate advantage. Pair that with skill and mobility, and he would essentially break basketball. In theory, it sounds awesome, but it's just not possible. There's always going to be some limitation. They're either too big or too stiff or not skilled enough or injury prone. But after seeing what the Monks did to Wemby, I have had to readjust my brain to the fact that a player like this does in fact...
No, here, see, the only glaze I'm gonna give you, Jimmy High Roller, because this is probably one of the best videos you did since probably a LeBron video. I'm being completely honest with you. The only glaze in that hype video, the only glaze is the durability. Put it in half. Put it in half. I don't think he's played a full season yet, so we can't just say he's durable. Just not yet. He gotta take some notches off. He can't be max durability.
An archetype
Everything else,
so
I get
unrealistic, even video games won't let you conjure it up. He just makes everyone else and everything else look really normal.
You can't really create none of the other 2K All-Stars.
All freak athletes for the most part, and he makes them look like you and me. He just looks so different out there that it's like he's actually preparing for another league above the NBA, and this is just a pit stop for him to polish his game along the way. But no, it's the best league on the planet, and he's an alien not from it. Someone said this must have been how basketball fans felt when they first saw Wilt Chamberlain in the late 50s. And that person is probably right. A once in a lifetime.
But you saw that tweet too? I literally seen that tweet like last night, like a day or two ago. They're like, remember we were having Scoot Henderson conversations with Victor Wembanyama? Like, wow. I do remember. And then he had the worst plus or minus of all NBA
physical
history.
specimen that just shatters the reality of what you thought was possible on a basketball court. It's not often that players both active and retired concede that they're witnessing something they've never seen before. And this almost never happens, where young fans, old fans, the media, everyone is anointing a player who has yet to turn all their talents into something worthy of hoisting above their head. But the reactions we're seeing to Wemby's game and his talent are not exaggerated. They're not premature. Victor Wembanyama is here, and he really is just that good.
But if he gets hurt, he'll just be like a Michael Porter Jr. or Kristaps Porzingis. Like, he'll be like that KD light that just didn't quite have enough time to blossom. I don't think somebody's going to purposely injure him. I think there's definitely a lot of dirty players, and they're going to hit him, and it's just going to be, it is what it is. On some, like, Solomon Hill or, like, some Zubac on Kawhi Leonard. Like, it's just going to happen. Or not Zubac, Zaza Pachulia. Like, it's just going to happen. I'm being honest. Now, maybe, you know, the NBA got, like, those behind the doors, like, if you hurt Victor Wembanyama, your family will disappear. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they got that conversation. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But we gonna see, because it's all fun and games to Solomon Hill randomly just falling your ankle, and now you never have that athleticism ever again.